So I'm going to provide some background information to clear up some of the stuff that's going on that they might not have made clear. First, I'd like to say it's widely known that immigrants come to America to fulfill the American dream and to be free and work and have a quality life. For over 200 years, immigrants from all over the world have come to the United States and have contributed to the social fabric of this country. Immigrants are welcome here in many ways, and they come here for different intentions. There are legal processes they need to go through, however. They are currently allowed to obtain visas to be here temporarily for work or for visiting or for other reasons. If they want to live here for potentially long periods of time or for life, they need to go through the naturalization process and legally become citizens. These policies have existed for many years, but and they were created to avoid many of the problems that we are facing today. The current policy has not been effective, though, because as of 2008, officials said that there is an estimated 11 million illegal immigrants in America, according to an article that was published in 2008. Illegal immigrants do the jobs that Americans do not want, so instead of deporting these innocent workers who aren't breaking the laws, they're just here to work and benefit themselves and their families, we need to focus on getting them citizenship. Also, why should they be working illegally without work permits and using false social security numbers? They're causing a lot of the social security fraud problems. Our existing policy is not efficient because there are millions of illegal immigrants here. There needs to be an amnesty program that grants the current illegal workers amnesty so they can go forth and become naturalized citizens. After all, they are here to fulfill the American dream by being free and being able to work and to be productive citizens. Since they come here for America for these advantages, they need to advance in the process to become legal citizens. Illegal workers should be granted legal residency so they can work illegally. Undocumented workers need a faster and efficient naturalization process. We need to force employers to demand their illegal workers to go through the naturalization process. A better naturalization process will eliminate future penalties and fines by the workers. There is strain on border communities who have to deal with undocumented workers and keeps the undocumented workers in the shadows. We need to urge undocumented workers to be brought out of the shadows to ease the strain on these border communities. Also, there is direct harm to the U.S. because of the inefficiency of the current policy. Taxes are not being paid by these workers. Why should they be exempt from paying their taxes when the rest of United States citizens are? This hurts both the U.S. and themselves because most of the government aid programs aid poor citizens. The money comes from our taxes and they are not even contributing to them. According to an article that I read, families receive government aid through the programs of their citizen children. It is unfair for the immigrants who have worked here that they do not have an easy way to become citizens. A new policy should alleviate the naturalization process for workers who are here legally and could show that they have resided in the United States for at least 5 years. Another existing program due to illegal workers is the Social Security number fraud that I mentioned earlier. Illegal workers are falsely representing themselves by either stolen Social Security numbers of their citizen family members' Social Security numbers. Allocating money from the ICE, which is the Immigration Control Enforcement, needs to take place. The efficient naturalization process, once amnesty is granted, will hopefully result in less money spent on border control and detention removal efforts. And more money needs to be focused on bringing undocumented workers out of the shadows. The Border Patrol budget was more than $3.5 billion in 2008, according to Office of Management and Budget. The new policy we are advocating grants undocumented workers amnesty and temporary legal residency status and allows them to begin the naturalization process. Since amnesty needs to be granted to legal workers, our plan of action we are suggesting will enforce the employers to come down on their workers to go forth with the amnesty program. The people eligible for amnesty should be working workers who can show that they have worked and resided in the country for at least 5 years. Documentation should be presented to Immigration Control and Enforcement for review so they can produce a form of ID with fingerprints for extra verification. The ID obtained by the workers would be like an official forgiveness card so that they can use to show that they have officially been granted amnesty. The amnesty program should grant illegal forgiveness for a period of time, for example, from January 2010 to January 2011. Employers who have illegals working for them should encourage their illegal workers to apply for amnesty so that the illegal workers can be temporarily protected and permitted to be here so they can advance the naturalization process.